everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should become patrons over on Patreon if you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, so we're talking about Cinder today, who is alive.
Yes. Who is alive? Was that ever really in doubt, though?
No.
I think we all basically... But then again, there was all that stuff about, like, what if she had gone... So it looks like all that theorizing we had about Emerald becoming the next maiden. Maybe she still might, but... Not because she got the powers from Cinder, because Cinder's still alive, and she still has her little eyeballs.
Her fiery eyeballs.
Fire eyeballs.
So,
fire eyeballs.
It
would really fuck up
did
your
a
mascara.
video where...
Like, there's waterproof
first
mascara,
of all,
but there's not fireproof
we did
mascara.
a video where we predicted that the hooded figure was Cinder, and that Neo would be fighting her. So,
and guess who was right?
Well, Neo hasn't fought her yet. But we did a video about, hey, maybe Cinder is in the underground, or we also said maybe Neo's in the underground because they're hunting down, they're paying this person to hunt down Team RWBY. So even though it wasn't Neo, we still got the concept right in terms of it being Cinder being the one who was asking. And it seems like Hazel asked too, because they were like, oh, the big guy also, last week he asked where they were, and we told them that, right? But the little Miss Muffet says, like, hey, like, we don't know who's hunting her down, right? Yeah. And so that's referring to Neo, because Neo may be looking for Cinder and have that bounty. And so these people want to monopolize, or they want to kind of make the most out of their profit, right? Like, you know, oh, we'll take Cinder's money, we'll also take Neo's money, and then they'll fight it, it's whatever, right?
And we have one dead, 1 week, and that way we get twice the money, and we only have to give services to one person. Yep.
And I think here's the thing with that, too. So Cinder's obviously weakened, and a lot of people were like, Neo's gonna fucking die because Cinder's so strong, but Cinder's obviously weak right now. Like, she crawled out of a fucking hole in the water.
She looks a little, also, she doesn't have her
disheveled.
She doesn't have her cool confidence. What I loved in that episode is that in the background you could see, like, a photo. It's like, we're looking for these people, and you see Emerald, and Mercury,
Hazel.
You see Hazel, and you see her, and she has, like, long hair, and she's smirky, but then we see Cinder, and she's beat the shit. And she's like, grr, like she's not her usual. So you get the idea that maybe she's lost quite a bit of confidence.
And we see this, right, in, again, show don't tell, but she's trying to make a spark and she's struggling.
Well, that's right after she got her ass beat.
And even, like, her crawling out and, like, her killing that woman, like, that was probably easy. That's small potatoes. Like, this woman is just random and doing her fruit basket.
I also love that her freaky eyes just out now, like, for all to see.
Well, she's covered.
Yeah, mostly.
But I feel like, so... A lot of people were like, oh, but how is Neo gonna beat her? I think that's how, right? She's still weak, and I get she just came out of the water, so she can't make a spark.
But then again,
but I'm saying that I think she's weak, and she's tired, and her arms wrapped up, and obviously she's still fighting for her life, though. Like, she still has this inner willpower to keep fighting
also, like,
and crawl out of the
hole. Neo is shown to be really, really good at fighting.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've never really... Because, once again, we've seen her back down from Raven. So maybe even she knew that Raven was a motherfucker. Someone not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
So maybe she's... We don't exactly know her range
If
of
Raven
ability.
beat Cinder, but Neo was afraid of Raven, that would put them in maybe a similar category.
Well, when you think about Yang, like, Cinder and Raven are both a lot stronger than Yang, but Neo is able to beat her effortlessly.
So that you kind of have a...
So you get the idea that, okay,
a ranking system.
If you're
stronger
you
than Yang...
that bad,
but
you didn't just beat her narrowly, no, you kicked her ass, so you could be all the way up here.
Yeah.
So I think it might be a more matched fight than people are giving her credit for. Especially that she's not exactly going to be able to do big samurai swords, because then everyone would know who she was. And there's already a bounty on her head. It would be a bigger one. She needs to be inconspicuous. And also, she looks quite injured.
I think what happens is that little Miss Muffet will call her back to the bar.
Yeah.
Because, hey, like, we found your people. Come here and talk to us, right? And she'll go back, but the bar is empty. There's no one there.
Ooh, fuck.
And then Neo will ambush her. So they call her back because they take Neo's money, they take her money. Then they're like, hey, Neo, can you meet us here? We're gonna lure Cinder here. This is little Miss Muffet talking to Neo. Cinder comes in and she's like, where the fuck is everyone? And Neo's like, BAM! Like, I think that's what's gonna happen. Like, what's next in Cinder's story? I feel like that's it. Like, and then they're gonna fight. And then from there,
Neo comes in, you will see me screaming. So what do you think is going to happen? Like, so here's my
the results
guess.
of the fight?
Yes,
I think what's going to happen is they're going to fight it out, and then Cinder's going to try to manipulate her, like, hey, you shouldn't be mad at me. You should be mad at RWBY.
I didn't kill Roman. I worked with Roman. I kept him safe.
Yeah, Ruby's
broke
the one
him out
who
of prison.
did it, you know what I mean?
Ruby's the one who did it.
And then they're gonna go after her together. I think that's really... We've said that before. Yes. We've said that in another video. I feel like that's where we are streamlining.
They're gonna Gotham City.
And Emerald and Mercury, they're after the kids, right? They're after Team RWBY, right? Okay, Adam's probably after Team RWBY, then Cinder and Neo are also after Team RWBY. They're all just gonna meet up and be like, well, this is a predicament we've gotten ourselves in.
And you're gonna get, and it's gonna be, Neo's gonna say her first line there.
It's the enemy of my enemy is my friend, you know what I mean? And
yes,
so, hey, we may not like each other right now, but let's both go after RWBY together. And Neo will be like...
And then little, like, Miss Muppet's gonna be like, motherfucker, I thought I was only gonna have to, like, give services to one of you.
Well, I mean, it's not that hard to tell them where they are, right? She already got paid, so it's like, whatever, right?
Well, the work's already been done.
She got the money, it's fine, right?
So, yeah, also, I feel like in that moment, before that happens, Neo's gonna have her first line, and I'm gonna
I just want her to say Roman. I don't want her to say... I don't know what else I would want her to say. You know what I mean? Like,
also, we get to have, like, a buddy cop comedy of, like, them, like...
Neo and Cinder going around the mountain. I don't think
just, like, we need to find passage on this train, and up, you killed the conductor. Okay, I guess we're in the back now. Like, what...
Well, that would be fitting, right? Because Neo was on the train fighting Yang, and now they go back to the disheveled train that's in the middle of the snow, and, like, all of that sort of stuff.
That would be so great. That they're tracing their steps.
Hold on, though. The timeline... isn't exactly the same.
Fuck the RWBY timeline.
Cinder is in the past, I believe, because it didn't take her 2 weeks to fall into the water and crawl out of that hole.
Yeah, but for her to get out of the hole to the
village,
city.
well, that's the other thing.
But also,
what I'm saying is, Hunter, is that
I feel like it was a few days.
She fell into the water. If she just floated in the water, she would be dead. So she had to get out of the water and go somewhere, right?
I imagine that's just a few hours later.
Neo and Cinder may already be after them, like, in the current timeline. Because I think this is more of a little bit of a flashback. It's still within sort of the two... But it's been 2 weeks by the time they get to the train station.
Are you sure?
That Crow says, home. It's been 2 weeks. Since we're sending you this letter, we're heading to Atlas. Please let us in. Right, Crow says that. So we have confirmation that 2 weeks have passed. And so what I'm saying is that maybe 2 weeks ago, Cinder crawled out of the hole. It took her a couple days to get to the village. And so maybe there's a 1 week distance in the timeline where Cinder is in the village or whatever.
And eventually it'll brought up to concurrently and they'll be like, well, this is where the train is.
Yeah.
But it's not, there's no thing. There's a caboose. They cut it off and maybe one of them just, like, seems like something she'd do.
Yeah.
And so they start... I
think that's where the timelines are all going to collide. You have sort of the past with, like, Cinder and Neo, and then you have the past, like, of like, the back and forths of, oh, hey, we were at the house, now we're on the train. Like, all of that is gonna center in all of the villains are just gonna be like, well, fancy seeing the rest of you here.
If we barely
they say, we already told that Hazel guy where they went last week, and so obviously there's been some time. Yeah. They're trying to establish timelines, which I appreciate.
Hazel was there.
Hazel went a week ago.
So maybe Hazel's gonna show up. Maybe Hazel would be more interesting. Here's the thing, though. I have for a long time said the best part about Neo is the fact that you don't know very much about her. And I feel like this adds to the mystery. It's like, okay, so now she really, like, she wants to fucking kill this girl because of Roman.
RWBY. And
because
Cinder.
of RWBY. What else did she do? Maybe she knows. Maybe we get to learn a little more about her.
Miles and Carrie said that
Neo... like gal pals. Also, we get to see who voices Neo.
Miles and Carrie said that Neo would be a lot more dangerous if it wasn't for Roman.
Oh,
apparently.
Fuck. Oh.
A long time ago.
Because Neo just wants to destroy everything, and Roman's like, listen, kid, as much as I, too,
she was kept in line because of Roman. She wanted to serve Roman. Now she has nothing to serve except for herself, and now she's
that would be so good. That would be good. Here's the thing. Here's why I should have voiced Neo.
Okay. Tell them.
Because no cisgender woman would dress like that.
Really?
So we would take a trans person to truly be that gaudy.
Okay. I wonder if she'll get a new outfit too.
Oh my god! Imagine if she had a new. What if? So do you?
I want a blend of Neo's and Roman's old outfit. So her wearing the hat.
That would be really fun. Well, he got eaten, so like Unless she's like, his spare bowler hat.
Yeah, why not?
What?
Pyrrha had spare armor that they melted down and used for Jean's weapon or whatever, so why the fuck not? But yeah, this is where I see Cinder's story going right now, is it's ultimately it's going to Ruby. And like I feel like in between that it's also Neo is where that conflict comes in.
What do
I want?
What do you want her to look? She can also
Neo?
like change her appearance.
I don't know what I want. I just want to see things. I
So
feel like this is such a nice direction for Cinder's story to go in.
Because, like, before she was, like, cutesy and would also fuck you up. Do you imagine her now just being more
obviously, I think she would have gotten older.
Do you think they would give her a side shave?
I
don't know why suddenly I imagine
to shave off the pink and just have the brown side.
Do you know why she has a side shave? Trans.
I don't remember what we were saying, but yeah, I think this is a good direction for Cinder's story to go in, and I think if she goes along with Neo, we'll get more of Cinder's backstory, because it's why is Cinder fighting so hard for her life? What does she want in this world? I think we'll find out, right?
Because I also get the idea that, like, Neo's a bit of a motherfucker. Like, Neo would be like, oh god, I don't know.
Neo and Cinder fighting together.
Neo would like egg Cinder on. So
yeah,
it would be
She would further her fuel for revenge, and that's what got Cinder in trouble in the first place. Was the revenge?
Yes, I would love it so much.
But yeah, so those are basic. That's our theory, I guess, for Cinder's story. So yeah, I hope to see.
So you seem to be thinking about this Emerald Girl quite a bit. Shut up! I'm not judging. Like, I guess you never knew your parents, so I don't think Salem is technically an electric complex, but...
Oh, God.
What do I know? Oedipus complex? Can you have an Oedipus complex if you're a girl? Shut up!
Neo just doesn't stop talking when she starts, and she just keeps going forever.
So this is what I think Neo should talk. Call me Rooster Teeth. I know you've already probably done production, but this is what she should tell me.
Oh, God.
It would be so annoying.
I really don't want her to talk too much. I just want her to say, like, she's a
That would be hilarious if she was very quiet and then she couldn't shut the fuck up. But, like, you used to never talk. It's like, well, everyone, like, you used to have long hair and 2 eyes, so... So I guess we're all different now. I hate you, Hunter.
Anyway. I'm ending this video. We're done.
Listen.
We're done! I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys should become patrons over on Patreon.
You don't have to hire her.
If you guys enjoyed. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, I encourage you guys to become patrons over on Patreon. Patrons get a lot of different rewards, ranging from early access to all of our videos up to a week in advance. $10 patrons actually get them sometimes weeks in advance, or even like a month in advance. It depends on how much we record for. But also, all of our patrons get access to our Discord server, which is really cool if you guys want to talk to us in a more direct way. I obviously hang out a lot there. And there are just a bunch of other rewards that you guys can check out on Patreon. You guys can sort of see for yourself, and if you want to support us, you want to help us out, you want to see more videos like this and want to help keep us going, you guys would really help us out. So yeah, I hope that you guys will consider becoming patrons, and I hope that all of our patrons enjoy seeing their lovely names at the end of the screen, because we couldn't do this without them. So I will see you guys later. Bye.